All right, we have time for one more question.
And this is from the Seneca Project too, Amy. You get to
Oh,
read this.
send it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
good.
know.
All right, here's what it says. What do you think is the breaking point when the cognitive dissonance finally cracks and mega voters realize they've been sold a lie? Is there a breaking point? God help us.
You want to try it first? Because I have a 2-word answer.
You know, my feeling is I've become jaded in my days of being in politics. I sort of went into politics thinking the best of people, and now it's different. And I don't know if these mega folks are ever going to change. I mean, I don't think even if presented, and I hear what you're saying, Denver, about, presenting facts and the truth to them and asking tough questions. I feel like there's just like the brain cells are not going to connect. In other words, they're not going to, no matter what you say, even if you say at nighttime, it's nighttime, it's dark outside, they're going to say, no, there's a sun right there. I mean, I feel like we're at this point.
I think the politically correct way is to say synaptically challenged, Amy. So, and I think, but I don't know if we can put that question up again by the Seneca Project. I think I remember all of it, but I think it was the last part of it when you're talking about cognitive dissonance. Yeah, here, what's the breaking point? 2 words.
Yeah.
Epstein list.
Okay.
So, so again, cognitive dissonance, we did a whole show on this, by the way. I had an old show years ago. And by the way, Matt Anderson turned me on to where cognitive dissonance came from, which was a study back in the 50s. And we can go into all that another time, that was actually a word that came up about a group of people who thought a UFO was going to come and take them away. When it didn't, and they kept praying and it never came back, they said it was their prayers that actually stopped the UFO from coming to take them away. So this researcher, and I think I'm right about the story, came up with the term cognitive dissonance. The issue that you have right now is that you finally have a chance to break through on a spiritual level. When you have people that are engaged in spiritual warfare, and the people that they thought was on their side are hiding evil in their eyes, and they're not releasing the New World Order pedophile list into the world so that they can identify their enemies, there are issues. And you can have the influencers who are getting their talking points directly from the RNC and everybody else, because you see the same thing over and over again. The new thing is, why didn't Biden release the list? Right? So what? It's such cognitive dissonance. Well, guess what? Biden didn't. So Trump should, right? Boom. All of a sudden their eyes cross, their hair stands up on end, right? And they run around in a circle, they fall down, and they hope that lightning hits them, right? I mean, that's really what happens, because there's no way to get out of this question. So when Tara and Michelle from Seneca Project, they ask a question like that, and me and you were talking about it, and I'm sorry, I love these topics. As you know, Amy, you're probably, good Lord, Deborah loves this shit.
I mean, you're the conspiracy theory guy.
I think that is the issue we have, right? Is now we can hit them in the spiritual junk. And I think that's what we can do. That's what we could do. We need to go to war and tell people that they're being lied to, which they've been lied to over and over again. And I think, I hope that quote never gets out if I'm running for office, what I just said, but it's the truth. It's time to go to war and tell them truthfully, with compassion, compassionate confrontation, you've been lied to. You were lied to then, or you're lied to now. When else have they lied to you? Bam, and bam, and bam, and bam, and bam. And we're only going to get 1% to 3% of them to turn. Amy, you're exactly right. Mm-hmm. I think it's a 1% to 3% turn rate, but 1% to 3%, when you're looking at gross voting, is a lot. Yeah, that could actually turn an election.
Some have already turned. I mean, some have already. You read stories all the time about people who have sort of seen the light. So, it's there.
Yep, here we go. It's there. And